At 5 years old, Eli Yablonovitch fell down the stairs, rolled out his front door onto the street, straight into the path of a snarling dog. He was rescued by a neighbor who took young Eli into his home and calmed him with a radio.
So I said, well, how can this box be talking? And he was a wise guy. He says, oh, there are little people inside the radio. And so when he looked away, I crawled behind the radio and I looked inside, and all I saw there and felt was the warm glow of the vacuum tubes. And I said, that man was lying to me. And one day I'm going to figure this out.
Believe it or not, this childhood tumble was a big moment for humankind, because this is the moment Eli Yablonovitch first resolved to be curious.
I love reading about things that have happened in the past and try to guess what will happen in the future.
History will always keep you guessing. In fact, during World War II, when Yablonovich's Polish father and Russian mother were sent to Siberia, they never fathomed their escape to US-occupied Vienna, where Yablonovitch was born in a refugee camp, would lead to a breakthrough idea for how we can capture light.
We look out the window, and so light is everywhere around us. It's part of our physiology, it's part of us. So it has a big impact everywhere.
And in the 1980s, researchers had big plans for light. That is, lasers seemed poised to power a new age of optical communication. But there was a problem. In a laser, light passes through materials that help the photons move in a straight line. But the process wasn't perfect.
You can imagine that light moving through many materials looks like this ball going into a Plinko board. Drop it in one end, and it bounces around from atom to atom before coming out the other end. Early lasers were impractical because so many photons bounced away from the atoms.
As a researcher at Bell Labs in New Jersey, Yablonovitch had a wild idea. He thought he could trap light.
Yablonovitch imagined a material whose atoms were arranged in such a way that they'd channel escaping light back to the laser beam. Think of a Plinko board with guides instead of pegs. No matter which direction the photons enter, the structure would always direct the light back to the beam, wasting almost no energy. He called the structure a photonic crystal.
This made Yablonovitch a star in the physics community. With photonic crystals, he was able to improve solar panels by trapping light, giving panels extra time to convert it to electricity. New fiber optic cables made from photonic crystal materials can vastly improve how the laser light within the cable carries information. This means new data networks being built now will be capable of connecting us like never before. Vast amounts of data will be exchanged almost instantly. New ways to digitally collaborate will spawn new business models. Autonomous cars will navigate more safely, and new robotic surgeries and virtual medicine will become possible. Yablonovich's career is studded with innovation. He's founded 4 technology companies. One of them shrunk the size of cell phone antennas and sold nearly 2 billion units to the mobile industry.
It's kind of mind-boggling, and I was very proud of that, because what it meant, if you sell 2 billion of anything, that means a good fraction of the human race is carrying that technology around with them.
Big discoveries have the power to forge connections. If Yablonovich's story had gone differently, we may never have become so connected. If a 5-year-old kid hadn't questioned whether little men were really living inside a radio.